I'm just showing you guys, this is a...
Previously on Green Aqua.
Balázs glues the hell out of this. What am I doing? You expected me escaping today? It's a horse. Yeehaw! I promise you guys that we're gonna film it if this whole thing falls apart, just for Tommy. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. Today we're gonna do the planting session for this 120 P tank. You've seen the Hardscape setup video last week. This turned out to be a very wild style tank. And I've got to say this in advance. I'm a big fan of Iwagumi layouts. I'm an Iwagumi guy. I'm coming from the minimalist rock-only formation planted tanks. That's my personal favorite. But with that said, on this channel we are trying to make as many different styles. We're trying to present you with as many different styles as possible so that you can select which one is your personal favorite so that you can build a similar style tank at home. I'm just looking at what I want to improve hardscape wise. This one actually is loose. So I'm going to glue this back here. I'm going to start planting afterwards. Stay with us. But not before I start drinking my favorite tea. What's that? Oh, that's 10Q Green Aqua for all these years.
That's mine.
Oh, that's yours. All right. This Doris, our producer. Oh. All right, so without further ado, what do we have here? We have a shortage of the Anubias mini. That was the main plant here, Tommy. That was my main idea. So what do I have to do? I've got some from his tank that got destroyed. I have to soften this whole scape. I'm gonna add that in between the cracks of the rocks in the middle. Got a lot of Montecarlo pads here in front of me. I'm planning to put them here. This is the padded version. I like the padded version because it's a big volume, so it will look very full from day one. And you guys know that we always plant, I always plant, Tommy's economizing all the time, but I always plant very densely from day one. I've got two reasons for that. Number one, I want it to look good, as final as possible, so that you guys get inspired by what we do. Second, I really like to help the biology, because if you have many plants from day one, the biological filtration will be helped by the plants oxygenating the water, uptaking excess nutrients, so you've got a very good, nice and stable tank. This is not the Zen style hardscape, it's a very wide style, it's also a very heavy hardscape. If you look at it, you've got curling wood everywhere, it's an abundance of it, it's really too much, so you need to soften it. By my experience, by the time that you start putting in the green plants into a hardscape, the whole view of the scape will soften a lot. The ADA planting scissors. I'm gonna go with Montecarlo at the top. Look at this, really nice. I could have just placed the whole pad on top of the Amazonia. I didn't do that because I think that it will root easier if I just tear it into small bunches and place it into the soil. Did you close this?
I hope so.
I think it should hold now. I'm not sure though. Yeah.
Oh, my finger.
You're kidding. Bad joke. The goal is to use as much as possible. We're using 4 pads of Montecarlo.
Are you sure about that?
Actually, we need to economize. Some people are struggling from keeping these little plantlets in the soil, and they're asking me what they're doing wrong. My answer to that is you have to have a good quality soil. So when the plant is caught in between the 2 granules, the friction is strong enough to keep the plant in the soil. I don't want to talk about any brands here, but we know that there are some brands out there that manufacture very light granules of soil. The filter flow can even push the granules all around the tank. I really love this small hair grass, except that it will not survive without CO2. This is a high-tech plant. Some people had success, but I would say that mostly it will just die without CO2. Are you sure we don't have more?
Yes.
This was the last one? You've got one there? We're stealing that from Tommy. I can already hear him call me tomorrow. Did you take 1 pad from the plant holding tank? This is number 9?
10.
10.
And this is the last one for you.
This is the last one for me. The real last one. I really love Montecarlo because it will crawl down on the wood and rocks and everything. Are we fighting over this now? Let me see what we have here. Should I use the big plants on top and the small plants at the bottom, or vice versa? That's the big question now. Okay, bottom it is. This is an epiphyte plant, meaning that it will only survive if the roots are not in the soil. It will quickly decompose if you let all the roots in the soil. Next one, Trident. And I'm purposefully not using the small Anubias yet because that's going to go in the middle and at the top. And I want to see where I put these bigger plants first. See how the whole structure started to change? This whole thing is a lot smoother than it was before. There's some scratches on the front glass. You guys might be able to observe it at times. They will kind of disappear when we fill this whole thing up with water. Luckily, I think the Anubias Mini will be enough. We don't have to steal anything from the 450 liter tank because I'm planning to rescape that, guys, in one of the future videos. I'm going to take the wood out of the middle of this whole scape and have the Grand Canyon look extended towards the middle, towards the front. And lastly, I've got some Cryptoparva, which will probably go to break these uniform places here. We added this light in the back and I'm trying to mix the color of the light. And there's one more thing that we need to do. This rock here looks very, very artificial. So I really want to cover it. And then I will need Anubias Luckily, I think the Anubias Mini will be enough. We don't have to steal anything from the 450-liter tank. Right, I think we're ready. It took me about 2 hours with video shooting, explanation, everything, which is really cool. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that bell button to get notified of our future uploads. Become a channel member if you want to support the video production of this channel. And don't forget to Aquascape. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Next week on Green Aqua, sit back and relax. An exclusive cinematic Christmas special. Take a virtual tour of Green Aqua, the beautiful world of aquascaping.